If you ask a historian, or Google in my case, the year 1972 was not what was considered a great year in history. This year happens to be the 50th anniversary of many terrorist attacks around the world, corruption discovered in the White House, and of course, for something that actually pertains to us, what many consider to be the last good year of many muscle cars. However, it wasn't all bad. 1972 marks the start of the International Space Shuttle program. The song Brandy was released by Looking Glass. And of course, my personal favorite, GM still made their most iconic A-body for one more year. And that right there is what brings us to Henderson, Texas for today's video. A 1972 GM A-body. Quite specifically, another 1972 Cutlass S that hasn't ran in 20 years. And we're going to see if we can drive it home. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Junkyard Digs. I'm your host, Kevin. This is my co-host, Junkyard Mook. Today you join us in the southern U.S., specifically Texas, a place I often forget is filled with animals that want you dead, unlike anything in Iowa. But enough about the bugs, let's get into the reason why we are here today. What are we looking at, Mook?
Another Cutlass.
Another Cutlass.
Do you think those tires will make it home?
Yeah, I think we'll be okay on those. I don't know about you.
There's still some air in them.
That back one, oh no, it's up on a block. Never mind. I don't know about you, Mook, but I am having deja vu all over again of the gold Oldsmobile. The car that we pulled out of a storage unit in Kansas in 2020?
Yeah, August 2020.
That was a gold 1972 Cutlass S with a white vinyl top. This is too, although this is a different gold. I think this is Baroque. Don't quote me. Being an S, it has the same hood and the fastback style. Unlike the other car, I believe this will have single exhaust. I'm seeing drum brakes up front, which is already a problem because I brought stuff for discs. And I don't know if this is 2 or 4 barrel, but seeing that, I'm going to anticipate 2 barrel. Let's take a look inside, Mook.
You think it's going to stink?
I hope not. Oh. Looks like we got ourselves a brown interior.
It doesn't stink.
It doesn't stink. Oh, look at that 8-track player. Hell yes.
Nice.
Looks really nice. We've got a rip in the seat. That door closes incredible. Do that again.
That was so satisfying. Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, sold. That closes better than our new cars. So just like the other Oldsmobile, this is a one-owner car. The people that contacted us a couple months ago about it via email, their mother bought it brand new. She passed, and all they did was sign the title over. No one ever drove it. So the original owner was the last one to drive this car in, let's take a look. Oh, we got bumper stickers galore, hell yes. I have no sticker on the plate. Do they have inspections in Texas? Yes, they do. Looks like 1999 was the last year that this car was on the road. So it's been 23 years. Oh my god, I was actually born when this was parked. So yeah, it's been 23 years since this thing's been on the road. Alright, you and I are gonna have a problem right now.
Yeah. Piss it off so it flies towards me.
This is gonna be the Wasp Revival 3000. Alright, what do we have under here? Our battery tray's rusted in half, but I brought a top post. Damn it. What in the hell is this?
Yeah, there's a bed frame on the or box spring.
Was it? Oh, it was to hold the old insulation up. Yes, 2 barrel. Not much mice stuff going on inside there. It looks pretty clean. Hopefully this car wants to work with us and come back to life. What kind of mileage do you think this thing's got on it? Odometer reads 5,000, which I'm assuming is 105,000, seeing how torn up the seat is. So one way to see if your odometer is rolled over or not is to check the wear on the pedals. And as you can see right here, on this side the lines continue all the way to the very edge, and this side they're worn flat. So this pedal's seen a lot of use. Same with the gas pedal over here. Another indicator, obviously the driver's seat. Anything like where you would usually grab to get out of the car, this is all worn down. So this is definitely a 105,000 mile car. With that being said, still really nice in here. The headliner's like perfect. It's surprising to see a Texas vehicle with this good of interior. Which makes me wonder, how's our vinyl top? Cross your fingers, Mook. nothing from here to here on our A pillars. Let's check the C pillar. Yep, there it is. That's gone right there. These vinyl top cars, just all of them, they all do it. Someone tried to like prevent it on this. It's covered in caulk. Like there is caulk all the way around this window. Which you can hear. Too little too late there. You can see it on the floor and right here. But yeah, there's a big hole right there. It hasn't rusted into the door, I don't think. It's just in the seal. But other than that, doors close excellent. We've got holes right here in the fender on each side. Quarter panels, there's a little ding right here. Quarter panels got little holes in them. Easy small patches though. The drip rail's still here all the way back. Oh, I know why it rusted, Moot. It's on a gravel road. So yeah, 1972 Cutlass S. I think that's enough of that. Let's go see if our engine spins and start with the fun stuff, which is getting this thing running for the first time in 23 years.
Stinks.
Oh, dude, hell yeah. I can turn it by hand, which is either good or bad. I mean, 105,000 miles, that motor's probably about done for life unless it's been redone. Today that number sounds like a low mile vehicle, but back then it was 60, 80,000 miles. It's time for a rebuild. Alright, Mook, let's see if we got any life inside the car. Oh, dome light. And fuel gauge goes to 1 billion. It's okay, we brought a tank and a sending unit and tires and brakes. And granted, we brought the wrong front brakes, but we'll get to that. Ready?
Yep. Oh, yes.
Well, I'm not going to say I loved it, but it is on a booster pack and it has terrible connection. But it's fun. Alright, Mook, what do you say we start our day off with a trip straight to O'Reilly's for a battery? If you've ever wondered, that's what $900 of parts looks like from Rock Auto, which should be every last little piece to fix this car and put it back on the road. We also have tires and a radiator, an aftermarket aluminum radiator, but altogether that's about $1,800 and we should have a running driving car. The one thing I do see an issue with, Mook, I ordered everything for disc brakes in the front, because you know this was an S, I figured I'd have discs. Yeah, those are drums. I was hoping to avoid going to the regular parts stores because ordering from Rock Auto is half or less the cost than the usual go to O'Reilly's and get all of our parts. But it looks like we're going to have to go to O'Reilly's and get all of our brake parts from front. Aside from that, this pile should be everything we need from a fuel tank all the way down to the U-joints. Let's dig into this and get this sucker going. We only have half a battery tray. It's rusted perfectly to where like there's the rectangle and just half of it's gone and half of it through the fender is gone. Let's do ourselves a couple quick preliminary checks. We've got oil. It's perfectly full, but it smells a little bit like gas. Not surprising with a 100,000 mile motor. I'm sure those rings don't seal perfect anymore. Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. Coil's unplugged. That was not me. Well, in any case, I'm going to lay this here. We'll see if it cranks and you watch for spark, eh? I got power on the dash. You ready?
Yeah.
Do you have any spark?
Nope.
Heck. I mean, not at all surprised. This is a points ignition system, and when points sit, they usually need sanded or replaced, and these have been sitting for like 23 years, so they're going to need sanded or replaced. Also, look at the nest on the dipstick for the transmission.
Scary.
Motor sounds like it turns over good though. Let's just move straight into things and see if we can get this motor to make spark. Okay, get this guy up out of the way. So, not sure how well you guys can see, but here's our trigger wire. And he is disconnected, so it looks like someone may have been in here before. Oh yeah, these are all loose. There's a chance that before they called us, they were like, you know what, let's let's try to get it running, and maybe came out, worked on it a bit, and then went, you know what, this sucks. Never mind. Our springs and weights look good. They're a little sticky, so I will oil these up, clean them up, and oil them up before we close all this up. But yeah, looking down here, looks like this thing actually has a brand new set of points condenser. So, cool thing about this style GM distributor for points is that you can adjust the points with this guy right here. So I just need to hook this wire back up to right here, and we'll try this again. Alright, so I ended up taking our points condenser set off, as you can see right there. Despite these being new, they are super corroded. So it looks like it was quite some time since somebody attempted to get this car running last. Yeah, not what that's supposed to look like. Get these cleaned up, get them reinstalled, and try it again. Yes, the first clean spot on the fender. I love how when we finish these, it's like clean, dirty, dirty. Alright, our new old points, or old new points technically, are in and kind of set to where they need to be-ish. I'm just looking for spark right now, not worried about dwell. Go ahead and tap it, Mook.
Alright.
A little more. Yep, we got spark.
Yay!
Let's get that hooked up, throw something down the card, and see if this sucker comes to life already. We're half a day ahead of the last Oldsmobile revival.
Yeah!
You know what that means, right?
Marguerite?
Marguerites! More time for marguerites. What are you going to sell us all this time? Last time it was t-shirts and lug nuts.
Probably t-shirts again.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
I lied, Mook. One more thing. We gotta disconnect our fuel line just in case this thing starts pumping fuel up. We don't fill our car with gunk. Last time, if you'll remember, we did this right here. It's like, oh, let's see if it has spark, see if it'll pop off after being seized. And it sat there and idled on 30-year-old fuel. But I think we got really lucky that day, and I don't foresee us ever being able to pull that one off again.
No.
So with that being said, I've disconnected our fuel line. Just gonna hit that with just a splash of brake clean. That's life.
There must be something in the exhaust back there. It is dark.
Oh, I'm sure there's about to be some crazy stuff coming out of that. If I really flutter, I can maybe make it up here and kind of keep it running. Ready?
Yep.
Oh,
you were so close.
slippery pish. I didn't hear any engine noise.
Nice.
We got ourselves a runner. I don't think our oil pressure or temp gauges or anything are going to work because they've all been eaten off, but yeah, we'll deal with that later, right, Mook?
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually I'd say, let's see if our fuel system works, but
We have a new one.
I don't think that tank's any good.
No.
We could throw the bore scope down the tank neck and get a look inside and see if we do need to be changing tanks, though.
Or for just poops and gigs.
Poops and gigs?
Look at all the crap that came out of the exhaust. I'm sure there's much more to come.
Why does it smell like marbles?
Kind of stinks.
It doesn't smell like a car just started for the first time. It smells like cigarettes. But like 3 days ago.
This car's a smoker.
Sweet. Let's go check out our fuel tank. There we go. We got another blown tire.
Shredded tire.
Some shag, and I mean shag carpet. Jumper cables. And more shag carpet. How is the trunk though? There's a little surface rust. That's rust all the way through right there actually. There's some rust under where that cardboard sat.
Get that out of there.
Let's check over here. It's pretty good. All things considered, pretty good car. Oh wow! Look at the size of that heckin' thing.
The forbidden juice.
So what happened last time was we made it all the way home, and then promptly after doing so, while just kind of driving around, A bunch of black gunk in the tank eventually filled up the whole entire fuel system. Someone's got white gunk in the trunk.
What's the white?
I don't know. Poo bass? That's a safe bet. Whatever it is all over the damn place. So
It's coating. Oh.
it was right there is where it was. Alright, there's the pile of poop. No. She ain't as bad as I thought. We can give this one a try to at least make it run and then, you know, replace the tank halfway home. Oh, or maybe now. That's what gummed up our last fuel system, except for it was black and it was tar. So we should probably just do the right thing and replace the tank, but I'm going to say that. And then I'll also say, I think this tank's good to go. We'll just throw some filters on and see how far we make it. And then in editing, we'll see which one we actually did.
Texas. No, Kevin. No.
So, as you can see, from underneath, our tank looks really good. It's not rusted out, as far as we can tell from here. But as we saw on the borescope camera, literally on the camera, on the side of it, there's a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of powdery white shit in this tank, which is going to immediately clog any fuel system we have hooked up to this thing. So I'm going to pull this tank out, we're going to change it, and then we'll fix up any issues with our lines that we see, and see if we can get some fuel up to the engine. This is not our usual order of operations, but we also don't usually drive 12 and a half hours home. In other news, holy shit, this thing is pretty damn nice underneath. It's all surface rusted, but the floor pans are actually still gray. They're actually really good. Then up here we got packed full of mud in the quarters and never got washed out. That's where all the rust occurred. Come here, you son of a bitch! Oh my gosh. Oh, I bumped it. Another option would be to unbolt this exhaust, but I'm from the north and that's a big no-no.
Oh, there's a build sheet.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Where?
Right there.
I'm going to try not to disturb it. Now, don't let me forget to plug this in or else we'll have to install the tank twice, just like everyone I've ever done. Yeah, this car saw a lot of gravel travel.
Yeah, it did.
Okay. So fun fact, GMA bodies. Build sheets are above the tank as you saw, and they hold up surprisingly well there. Even like the one on the Le Mans, which has been underwater a number of times, at least half of it survived.
Plant.
Good job, Mook. Let me get this cleaned up first.
Deluxe
I
radio.
don't want to ruin this. Well, we got a 273 axle ratio, foam cushions, rocker panel molding, oh yeah, it's a Stegosaurus.
I know some of these words.
So for anyone who's a GM nut, you can read all this stuff up here up top and tell me if any of it's important. Go ahead and pause the video. Hey, it's from Texas. That makes sense, you know, since Monco Motor Company, Tenaha Road, Central Texas, or Center Texas. 3-point belts, tinted body glove, bench seat con. Yep.
Oh, there's a color code.
A lot of extra molding on this one. Wheel molding, extra drip molding, rocker panel molding. Sport mirrors, 273 axle ratio, power brakes, 2-barrel engine, 3-speed auto trans, deluxe steering wheel, variable power steering, variable rate power steering. The wheel and equipment class was CS, deluxe radio, and right rear speaker, which I did see. It did have one speaker in the back, which I don't usually see. So this was ordered as kind of a luxury car. It's interesting to see that it's an S, which, yep, right here. So the model 3687. Ignore the first three, but the 3687 means that it really was an S code car. So yeah, we'll hold on to this, make sure it stays safe, but let's go get that new tank installed. So thing to point out here, this is return style sender. It has a return line built in. You can get those for any car. But as you can see, the original tank only has one line. It's not a return style fuel system. All you need to make your non-return style fuel system a return style, which is better for keeping your fuel up by the motor colder, is to change your pump to a return style pump and your sending unit to a return style sending unit, and then run a 1/4 inch fuel line from front to back. So for now, I think I'm just going to cap this off, but if we end up changing fuel pumps, which I imagine we probably will have to, I'll just run down to the parts store and get some 1/4 inch line and we'll plumb that in. Should be good to go. I'm going to go put the soft lines on the chassis side while Mook installs that the rest of the way, and we'll get our new tank in place.
Don't you scratch that tank? Oh.
What? If you guys are looking for tanks, Rock Auto is a great source, as well as Auto Metal Direct. I've always found one of those two distributors has a great deal on a tank, and you can usually get the whole damn shebang for like $150, $200. And I mean like straps, hardware, all of it. Let's hook our sending unit up before I forget. I like to run my electrical connection under the filler neck, because as you can see, right here, maybe, hopefully, see how it's smashed perfectly flat? If you run it under the filler neck, it won't get rubbed up against the frame and the body and the filler neck and sever that connection. So if you've had problems, check that guy. Or check the other end as well. Just drop the tank a little bit, wiggle it. I found that to work. If your fuel sender unit's not quite working when you get a car. Alright, we'll get this in. I'll be back. I need all of Mook and 4 of my limbs.
Yeah.
Got our ground all cleaned up. That's the other thing to check. There's a ground and a signal wire on your fuel level sender. If one is bad, the ground's the easy one to get to. Take him off and clean him up and see if that fixes it. Anyway, that's our last connection. So let's go turn the key and see if it reads empty.
Look at that. It went to E.
Sweet, let's put some fuel in it. Drink up, my dude.
We're gonna see if the fuel gauge is moving. Nothing yet.
Don't love to hear that.
No.
Well, if I went to E, it's connected because resistance goes to E. No resistance goes to way beyond full on a Chevy. So sometimes when you install tanks, they get a little twisted up and bound when you put the thing in. Don't wiggle it before you tighten it down. Fill them up, jostle the car around, and then they'll read. All right, Mook. Let's see if we can get this sucker to pull anything up. Here we go.
Oh, close.
This game again. Hey, there's
Oh,
fuel.
yeah.
So I want to run that until it gets a little cleaner, obviously, because that is booty ass fuel. Oh, what was that? Come on.
That's spilled back out so fast.
Alright. Yeah, that'll do. It's been 2 hours and we're hooking the fuel back up because we got a whole new tank and new lines in the rear. Everything else looks pretty damn good. This is going pretty swell, Mook.
Yep.
You're gonna be home in no time. I should really stop talking. I'm
Yeah.
gonna jinx us so bad. Ready to see if she runs?
Yep.
Now the real test. Accelerator pump works. Those have to be the most reliable carburetors ever. It goes.
Oh man. That exhaust is dark.
Oh yeah. Woo. Gotta listen to that. Make sure you're not drinking my own. or something, but it's getting better. That's pretty damn good. Those two jet GM carburetors, the 2 barrels, bulletproof. Absolutely bulletproof. I'm a Ford guy, but that's ridiculous.
I jumped.
I got you this time.
Yeah.
Alright, Mook. We got ourselves a car that runs just like that.
Heck yeah.
Now we just got a whole bunch of peripherals to make it stay that way. Sun's dropping down a little bit already, so Mook, I say for tonight, we do a parts inventory, make sure we have everything we need. Go get some much needed sleep that we missed out on from the 12.5-hour drive down. Hit it bright and early tomorrow morning. Marguerites?
Marguerites?
One more thing before we call it for the night.
What's that?
Does the radio work?
Oh.
Oh, come on.
Anything on the gas gauge yet, by the way?
No.
Dang.
Maybe it's a blown fuse. Usually these two run on the same fuse. Very clean dash, like immaculate dash.
Mm-hmm.
This part right here, cleanest I've ever seen. It looks restored.
It does. It's very pretty.
Yeah, I've decided we're taking this thing home. Look at the headliner. Did you get that on camera?
I did, yeah.
Just incredible. Oh,
Oh,
she's got power.
don't touch that, Kevin.
Wow.
No. Forbidden lifesaver.
Gonna be a boring drive home, Mook.
You're just gonna be talking to me over the walkie-talkies again.
I will be the radio.
Be the radio.
Oh.
Oh, that's good. Wow, don't ever do that again.
Yeah, that wiper was not on. Oopies. Let's clean up and go get some Margs for the night.
Yeah.
This has been a very good day with a very good car. I'm excited for tomorrow.
Tomorrow's brakes! Kevin's favorite on the whole
I am
planet!
suddenly no longer excited for tomorrow. I forgot.
Don't worry, I packed your brake shirt.
Oh, God.
This is my show now.
Okay, it's not a sponsor segment. Let's get that out of the way. We have a very important announcement to announce right now.
Can I wear your sunglasses?
Sure. To segue off of what was happening in the video a couple seconds ago, I believe we said we were going to get marguerites and then talk about t-shirts. Well, we didn't do that day. I think we wound up at an Italian place that was bring your own beer. It was very interesting. Good spaghetti.
It was weird.
Either way, we're in the future now, and we've had marguerites, which means it's finally time to talk about those t-shirts. More specifically, the re-announcement of our merchandise line coming back online with all sizes back in stock.
Whoa!
Take it away, Mook. You tell the good people what they need to know.
Go buy some shirts.
I mean, that is essentially the message, but in way less words.
I didn't hear all the talking points. I was eating tacos.
Oh, well, don't worry. I wrote them all down.
That's good.
These are kind of like
Sunglasses
abbreviated points, so maybe don't read them word for word for some of them.
Edition of hats,
Yes.
koozies, stickers, and new shirt designs.
It's true. We do have the additions of hats, koozies, a sticker pack, and new shirt designs on the website. Those are live currently. You can go buy those right now. What's our next talking point?
Currently one new design, but more are being added weekly.
It's true. In theme with this Cutlass video, we've finally released the shirt from the last Cutlass episodes. On top of that, we're going to be adding a whole bunch of new designs as we continually develop the new website and work with our new merchandiser.
Do you want to know what else?
What else?
Streamlined the website to make sweatshirts easier to find.
Yep, that's right. Sweatshirts are right there on the front page. There is just the Junkyard Digs corporate logo of sweatshirts. If you want a sweatshirt, it's going to be the Junkyard Digs one. A lot easier for you guys to find, a lot easier for us to stock. All right, Mook, what's our next one?
International shipping to come.
We're going to skip that one, actually. It's at the bottom now.
Okay, well, the next one says pre-order! It's in all caps.
It's very important. In fact, I think I wrote that whole one out. If you would like to read it to us, as make it a British man of importance.
No, I'm going to continue the monotone teacher from Ferris Bueller.
Okay. No, do it. Do it as the teacher from Charlie Brown.
Wah, 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 wah. That's just all adults. Charlie Brown. seen more value in our decision.
Okay, no, come on. I put a lot of time into writing this. You have to read it with emotion.
Local
it was written
business.
emotionally.
Than a large corporation.
Not that emotion.
No! You can't even read.
I can read excellently. All right, so here's the deal. I wrote it all down, but I'm just going to say it. Okay. We see more value in supporting our friends and local small businesses than large corporations or someone that can knock shit out. Something along the lines of Teespring, which is what most large YouTubers do. If you guys are familiar with the channel, we'll often take sacrifices of our own to help our friends because we feel that's the right thing to do. And this is another one of those situations. We've decided to outsource our merch not to some large corporation like Teespring, etc., but rather to a friend right down the road here in town who owns a textile company and advertising company. He's a great friend of ours, a fellow motorhead, so he's going to be the one that's going to be spearheading our new line of merch and the re-release of products here on junkyarddigs.com. So with all that being said, because he is not some huge corporation, we ask for your patience alongside this pre-order. This is a pre-order. Worst case scenario, we're gonna see 30, 35 days from initial order to fulfillment. Supply chain right now, believe it or not, still on fire from COVID coming around in 2020, so shirts can be a little iffy, but we're gonna try our best, work our asses off to get your guys' orders fulfilled. So once again, we thank you for your patience and ask for your cooperation during the pre-order re-release of the Junkyard Digs merch on junkyarddigs.com. Isn't that right, Mook?
Yeah. Can I... Hi. Can I hold one of your wings? Thanks.
What?
You were flapping around like this whole time. I thought you had wings.
You know what does have wings?
Chicken wings?
Airplanes, which are used in international shipping, which is our last announcement. Right now, we're just going to be re-releasing the website as it was with a few upgrades and changes to merchandise and options. But once that initial influx of orders is out of the way, international shipping will be available, we promise, in the next 3 weeks. All of you guys on the other side of the pond, or all the Canadian geese, or burritos down below, will have the ability to order from our website, and we will finally release international shipping. Is there any more talking points?
You forgot to mention the International Space Station.
I don't think we need to mention that.
Okay. Can I hold your other wing?
Actually, ironically, I mentioned that in the beginning of the video, which we should get back to now. We'll see you guys later.
Give me your hand!
Never! Morning, Mook.
Burn.
What you doing there?
Squaring up.
Oh. I think step one for today, Mook, is get this sucker on some new tires, pointed towards the door, and out for a little yard drive. Make sure our transmission works, the steering works, and stuff like that.
Oh, there's a flat spot. Gotta get a running start.
It's a good tire. I think they can throw a tube in that. It'll make it home. Rubber everywhere. I don't know what poor tire shop we're taking these to, but they are gonna have some fun this morning. There's not one tire here that doesn't have huge chunks of metal sticking out of it. Like, I have never seen tires come apart that bad.
Also, if those tire shop people are subscribed to you, they're not going to be after today. We're like, heck this guy. Oh!
Move! The giveaway lug nuts, no!
I'm losing everything. Boink. Look at these ones roll. Brand new tires.
Brand new tires.
This side's the one that's stuck, right? Yeah. Okay, so since this side didn't spin, we're gonna get the tire on and try to use the power of the engine. Thank you, Kevin. To get it to break loose instead of smacking it with a hammer. Kevin.
Ooh.
We also got new lug nuts.
You know what that means.
Lug nut giveaway!
Gotta get Mook a couple margaritas.
Oh, we might have an issue.
I don't like issues.
Yeah, that's a problem right there.
I don't like problems.
Watch this.
Well, now why is one of those studs different? Round it off.
This one wiggles a lot on the stud.
Ugh, what
Yeah.
the hell?
These don't feel right.
I think this is a half-inch lug nut.
Did we get a oh?
I think we got a
Yeah,
nut.
hand me another one. Let's see if that one works.
Oh yeah, no, there was one half-inch lug nut in
They're
the box.
setting me up to fail. That was a huge bug. Fire! Okay. Here we go. Look how nice that looks. Let's get a beauty ring on, huh, Kevin?
Huh, Mook.
I'm not so good at this, but let's see if I can get it.
That's a beauty.
Woo! Shiny.
What do you say we turn this thing so it's pointing in the right direction and then get it out of the shed? You know what time it is? It's time to pivot! If I understand correctly, the wall in front of this car was not here when the car was put in. So they just backed it straight in. And then they built the wall and put doors on. So we need to do one of these.
Oh. The floor is slippery.
But at the same time, ironically, not slippery. Oh wait, are we on the ground? The car's on the ground.
That's it.
Ooh,
Did you break something?
the jack did not enjoy that. It's banana shaped now. It won't even go down.
Oh god.
If I put it on the other side, we'll straighten it. Right?
Sure.
That's how science works. Yeah.
We're getting somewhere.
I think that's enough that we can drive this car out, like wiggle it out.
Do a
But
27-point turn.
2700, but yeah. Let me wipe the sweat off my hands and we'll try it. Oh, dude, the car here was flawless.
This is crazy.
This car is so good. Makes me feel better for what we paid.
Which is not a normal amount.
No, it was pretty damn high.
This is one of our more expensive.
This is our most expensive car.
Yeah.
Now. It was $7 grand for anyone that's wondering. We tried to get the price a little lower. Family was very set on that price. I don't usually spend nearly that much on cars, ever, actually. But this was a very solid car with a really cool story attached to it, and they specifically wanted us to buy it and preserve it. So I was okay to make an exception for once and save up for a bit to purchase this. Oh, I just remembered there's a stuck wheel.
We were gonna use the power of the engine.
Let's do this a slightly more sketchy way. I'm gonna put a block behind the tire, and I'm gonna put it in reverse.
I'm gonna stay out of the
Let's see
way.
if I can at least drag that wheel. Hey, the transmission works.
Hey, you got about a foot. Alright.
cow. That's the first time in 17 years this car has seen the sunlight. We did learn today that it sat for 5 years prior to sitting here. For the first time in 23 years, she's running again.
Look at her in the light.
That is a color, I'll tell you that. It's a unique color. Also, we definitely have some engine work to do. It's on like 6 cylinders.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Let's look at that interior. And the light. Look at that dash. Those gauges, everything. That all looks brand new. And of course the headliner.
Look, this thing. And granted, it's not clean yet, so I can't really tell. But looking at it now that we're in some sunlight, this thing looks straight.
Ooh, here's a little more accurate to the color.
It's an interesting color.
Yeah.
They loved the color when they picked the car out.
Mostly because you don't see cars in this color very much.
I've never seen a Cutlass S in this color.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen a car in this color, but never a sport model of anything. See the patina starting right here. That'll be fun to clean up. Speaking of, we need to get some pictures of this thing as it is. Go away. We need to get some pictures of this thing as it is so we can do a little comparison when this is all cleaned up for fun. There's a good spot to do that over there, and to accompany that, I want to drive this around the yard a little bit to help free up those drums so it makes them easier to take off, because that one's spinning, but if I let off the gas, the car still stops. The freer that is, the easier it's going to be to remove later. Whee! Alright, see you over there.
Alright, step out of the way. Let us see the beauty. No, I can't. Look at that. Back in the sunlight.
It matches the pond. Oh, hey, Mook.
Sup.
I didn't like the last picture spot. We're gonna go to one more. Oh, hello. Great, the seatbelt buzzer started working. And it's just staying on. The seatbelt buzzer's just, oh. It's the only one I'm in drive. Mook is a stinky.
You're such a bot.
Call me a butt.
Mook is a stinky.
I don't know about you, but I'm really curious to see what shape this car is truly in. Now that it's in the sunlight, we see we've got like a little bit of scuff and paint right here that's missing that probably tells a story. There's all sorts of, definitely female driven car, all sorts of scratches around the door handle from longer fingernails. We've got a lot of this surface, I wanted to say patina, but it's like, looks like surface rust on top of the paint, all this orange through here, which I've never really seen before.
Oh, the patchy stuff.
Yeah, it just shows how undisturbed this car's been. Like, you can see me brush it off. The big thing I'm concerned about is brushing up against this car and taking all this rust and all this dirt that's accumulated and just grinding it into the paint. That's why you never, ever, ever write on a dusty car, because it will scratch the hell out of the paint. Teach your kids not to do that from a very young age and tell them to tell their friends not to do it. But my concern there is that me brushing up against this car is going to do just that. So I think our next logical step for the sake of the paint on this car is to go give it a bath. So let's go do that. Rumble, 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 rumble. break the old D-germ out for that vinyl top. Well said. Well, there it is.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is this fender a different color?
I think this fender is a different color. I was noticing that. The fender and the door have been painted. These two do not match.
Yeah.
The hood's way darker than the fender. These two.
I don't remember it ever being painted.
Maybe it sat with this side to the sun and the hood up or something.
Maybe, but because I don't remember it ever being painted.
It's clean now, but now I can see that there's a lot of paint correction work that we need to do to this. There's staining. There's some pretty deep staining to a lot of it. This is like, I'm sure you can hear how rough it is. It's a pretty rough surface. There's a lot of pitting and oxidization to it. Yeah, I'm excited to get back to Iowa and grab Dad and have him help us wax this thing out or buff this thing out, because this one's worse than the other. As far as, I don't know. It's Texas, so it's a whole different environment. It sees a lot more sun down here, and I think you guys have a little more salt in the air too. Can't stop. Well, Mook, as you can see, we got ourselves a little bit of tuning work to do. Oh, I missed a spot.
Oh, you missed the little triangle there, and there, and a little rectangle there.
Let's just point out of all of Kevin's failures while we're at it.
I don't know, Kevin. I might take over that Cutlass. I might take that one from you. I like that one. That one might be mine. Yes. Got the tripod. We're professional YouTubers. Maybe not professional. Don't use this. Hi, Mom.
This is the end of the video, Mook.
I know.
Alright, so that's going to do it for part 1 of our 1972 Texas Cutlass Revival. We got this thing cleaned up and yard driving. At this point, it's time to do brakes and everything else mechanical before heading all the way home. If you guys want to see that, make sure you subscribe here to the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and a comment below. We'll see you right here next week on Junkyard Digs. Peace. I just made that in time.
Yeah.